Hello friends, welcome to Manu Law Classes. I am Gautam Dixit, subject matter expert, GK and current affairs. Today we are going to discuss in this video the daily news analysis. आज हम अगस्त 4, 2021 के हिंदू न्यूज़पेपर को एनालाइज करेंगे और जैसा कि हम जानते हैं द करंट अफेयर्स इज़ अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ योर लाइफ, नॉट इवन इन लॉ. जब आप अपने लाइफ में आगे जब लॉयर बनेंगे, जब आप जुडिशरी की तैयारी करेंगे या आप एक अच्छे मुकाम पे पहुँचेंगे, so knowledge about the current affairs, knowledge about what is happening around you is very important to be successful in any part of your career or your life. So let's start. आज अगस्त 4 का जो इम्पोर्टेंट इंफॉर्मेशन है, द फर्स्ट इज एमिड डिसरप्शन राज्यसभा पासिस इंसॉल्वेंसी बिल. ये हमने अपने यूट्यूब के लेक्चर में भी डिस्कस किया है कि देयर इज एन अमेंडमेंट जहाँ पे प्री पैक इंसॉल्वेंसी रिजोल्यूशन की बात चल रही है, उसको आज हम देखेंगे. देन procurement process has not kept pace with time. This topic is related with defense modernization. Then Hendrix hat-trick powers Belgium passed India in semi-finals. यहाँ पे हम बात कर रहे हैं हॉकी टीम की, इंडियन हॉकी टीम जो सेमीफाइनल में बाहर हो गई. एंड देन वी आर कोहलीज इंडिया टेक्स ऑन रूट्स इंडिया इन 5 टेस्ट सीरीज फ्रॉम टुडे. आज से 5 टेस्ट सीरीज स्टार्ट होने वाली है इंग्लैंड में बिटवीन इंडिया एंड इंग्लैंड. फाइन. अब इसी वीडियो में मैं आपको दिखाने वाला हूँ कि दैट सम ऑफ द इंफॉर्मेशन यू विल सी दैट दो दे आर ऑन द फर्स्ट पेज, बट ये इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है आपके लिए. इट इज मोर लाइक अ पॉलिटिकल न्यूज विच यू हैव टू जस्ट इग्नोर. सो दिस 2 न्यूज यू हैव टू इग्नोर. पर जो इम्पोर्टेंट न्यूज आ रही है हमारे पास वो महाराष्ट्र से आ रही है. दैट एटलीस्ट 3 टाइम्स एक्सेस डेथ इन महाराष्ट्र. यहाँ पे हम पहले समझते हैं कि व्हाट इज एक्सेस डेथ. एक्सेस डेथ का मतलब है यहाँ पे द डेथ विच अकर्ड ड्यूरिंग कोरोना कंपेयर टू द नॉर्मल टाइम. जो नॉर्मल टाइम में जो डेथ होती है, ओके, दैट इज केप्ट इन अ डिनोमिनेटर. सो एक्सेस डेथ इज कंपैरिजन ऑफ डेथ ड्यूरिंग कोविड, कंपैरिजन ऑफ डेथ ड्यूरिंग कोविड with normal times, that is called as excess death. So महाराष्ट्र का आया है that 3 times excess death हुआ है. 3 times excess death has been reported in Maharashtra. Now over here the important information is civil registration system. ये एक सिस्टम होता है जहाँ पे the birth, the death of any person is recorded. So वहाँ से हमने ये डेटा लिया है and we have found that in Maharashtra the excess death was 3 times. Then coming to the recently declared CBSE result. So now we are getting the news that the 10th का result आ गया है. पहले 12th का result आया, अब 10th का result आ गया है. Over here the passed percentage is 91.46%. यहाँ पे जो special इस बार का result रहा that the CBSE has not declared any topper for this year. Why? Because the assessment was based on the इंटरनल असेसमेंट्स इंक्लूडिंग यूनिट टेस्ट, मिड टर्म्स एंड प्री बोर्ड एग्जाम. यहाँ पे एग्जाम्स हुए नहीं, ओके, बोर्ड एग्जाम्स हुए नहीं. तो जो भी रिजल्ट आया हुआ है इट इज बेस्ड ऑन द इंटरनल असेसमेंट ऑफ द स्कूल. यहाँ पे 6 स्टेट्स जो है दे हैव शोन द 100% पास रिजल्ट दिस ईयर. दैट इज तमिलनाडु, आंध्र प्रदेश, नागालैंड, मिजोरम, मेघालय एंड गोवा एंड द यूनियन टेरिटरी ऑफ पुडुचेरी एंड लक्षद्वीप. फाइन, आगे बढ़ते हैं दोस्तों. स्टेट न्यूज जैसे कि मैंने आपको बताया हुआ है हमको वो इग्नोर करना होता है. फाइन, बट स्टेट न्यूज में अगर कोई पॉलिसी आ रही है तो वो हमें पढ़ना होता है. ओके, अगर स्टेट गवर्नमेंट ने कोई पॉलिसी आया है तो दैट इज इम्पोर्टेंट फ्रॉम क्लैट एंड एलेट बोथ पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. सो यहाँ पे देयर इज अ पॉलिसी टू प्रमोट प्रोडक्शन ऑफ मेडिकल ऑक्सीजन इन द कैपिटल मीन्स दिल्ली में. ओके, and the government has also launched free Wi-Fi scheme to continue. So now see the name of the policy. It is Medical Oxygen Production Promotion Policy 2021. It has been approved. Question यहाँ पे कैसे आ सकता है? Question can come that recently which of the union territory or which of the state in India union territory has approved the Medical Oxygen Production Promotion Policy 2021. तो यहाँ से ये क्वेश्चन आ सकता है. अगर हम क्लैट की बात करें तो क्लैट कभी कभी कंटेंट पॉलिसी के कंटेंट के बारे में 1-2 पॉइंट पूछ सकता है. सो नाउ इफ यू फोकस ऑन द कंटेंट, सो सी इट प्रोवाइड्स सेवरल इंसेंटिव्स टू द प्राइवेट सेक्टर टू सेट अप द ऑक्सीजन प्रोडक्शन प्लांट्स, इन्वेस्ट इन ऑक्सीजन टैंकर्स एंड सेट अप ऑक्सीजन स्टोरेज फैसिलिटी. ओके, फाइन. And what is the objective? Definitely the objective will be to make Delhi self-reliant in oxygen. Fine. Now there is the free Wi-Fi scheme from the ITO bus stop in December 2009 okay has been launched. तो एक free Wi-Fi scheme भी हमने launch किया है in the public places, means Delhi ने launch किया है. So this two information is important over here. Then which of the following union territory recently approved the salary hike for MLAs and which is 400% increase? So it is the Delhi Legislative Assembly. Okay, it is the Delhi Legislative Assembly. Fine. Now कितना increase किया है? The Delhi government's proposal for 400% hike in salary and other allowances which was not justified. Central government ने इसको 70% increase पे cap कर दिया. Okay, fine. So what was happening was that the bill which is salaries and allowances of ministers of government of National Capital Territory of Delhi bill, it wanted to hike the salaries by 400%, but center ने इसको reduce कर दिया 70% पे. Sometimes in news, if you just read the headline and some of the few important points, that is enough for you. Fine. Now यहाँ पे एक important information आ रहा है. इसके जो important information है मैं वो आपको करा देता हूँ. The important information which is coming is that second wave is still raging in the country. तो अगर हम देखेंगे कि some of the states, so can you see Kerala, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu, they are continuing to report the very high number of cases till August 2nd. उसके साथ साथ अगर हम देखेंगे कि रिप्रोडक्शन नंबर, यहाँ पे देखिए डेफिनेशन आपको दिया है रिप्रोडक्शन नंबर का. So what is this reproduction number? So see, this paragraph is important. The reproduction number is the average number of new infections generated by one infected individual during the entire infectious period. For example, कोई एक person है X, he has been infected with corona, वो कितने लोगों को infect करता है? That is called as reproduction number. Okay, reproduction number जो इंडिया का है that's currently is 1.2. मतलब कि one individual on an average is infecting 1.2 person in India. अब where is there is a rise in reproduction number? In which state there is a rise in reproduction number? So see, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir, Lakshadweep, Tamil Nadu, Mizoram, Karnataka, Puducherry and Kerala. So this is the cause of concern. Okay, now there are some states which are showing the declining trend. So those states are right now Andhra Pradesh and Maharashtra. They are showing the declining trend. Now there are certain states where the reproduction number is equal to 1. Fine. So over here such states are West Bengal, Nagaland, Haryana, Goa, Delhi, Jharkhand, where the reproduction factor is at 1. Now there are 44 districts, हमने कल भी डिस्कस किया था कि जहाँ पे पॉजिटिविटी रेट मोर देन 10 है. ओके, सो इन दैट वी हैव केरला, मणिपुर, मिजोरम, नागालैंड, अरुणाचल प्रदेश एंड मेघालय. फाइन. चलो, एक इंपॉर्टेंट इंफॉर्मेशन यहाँ पे है कि व्हाट इज द वीकली पॉजिटिविटी रेट. वीक पॉजिटिविटी रेट मीन्स जितने लोगों ने टेस्ट कराया उसमें से कितने लोगों को पॉजिटिव निकला कोविड-19. सो द वीकली पॉजिटिविटी हैज बीन लेस देन 2% फॉर द first time in past 3 months. Past 3 months means July, June and May. Now Congress Chief Minister, Congress, Karnataka Congress Chief Ms. Gehlot, these type of political views are not important for us. Very well. Now हमने कल भी पॉवर्टी के बारे में कुछ डिस्कस किया था और आज भी अगर आप देखेंगे तो इसके बारे में आंसर फिर से वी हैव टू ओके. तो आज हम इसको देखते हैं. चलिए, यहाँ पे एक जम्मू एंड कश्मीर में रेगुलेशन आया हुआ है कि जिन लोगों ने स्टोन पेल्टिंग में पार्ट लिया था, they will be denied the job in government, they will be denied the government job and they will not be given the passport. फाइन. तो इसके बारे में हमने कल भी डिस्कस किया था, बट आज जो एक इम्पॉर्टेंट पॉइंट इसमें आया हुआ है मैं आपका ध्यान वहां पे लेके जाना चाहता हूँ. यहाँ पे बात हो रही है section, we are talking about section 6(2) of the Passport Act 1967. Now यहाँ पे जो section 6(2) of the Passport Act 1967 हमें ये कहता है that the government can deny passport to any citizen of India. Okay, passports can be denied to applicants for various reasons, including their likelihood of engaging in activities which is prejudicial. Prejudicial means going against to the country's sovereignty and integrity or detrimental to its security. Further means इसमें और भी हैं, अगर कोई एक ऐसा बंदा है जो पिछले ऐसा कोई पर्सन है that he was convicted in the last 5 years, ओके, और जिसके अगेंस्ट प्रोसीडिंग्स अभी भी क्रिमिनल कोर्ट में पेंडिंग है, all those candidates can be refused the passport. Fine, but there is one caveat over here कि if the passport is denied under the Passport Act 1967, then the act that itself allows those persons to approach the trial court for the no objection certificate. So once the trial court gives them the no objection certificate, then they can have the passport. But these are the grounds based on which the Passport Act 1967 denies the granting of passport to Indian citizen. Fine. अच्छा, ये पूरे आर्टिकल में we are talking about that the government's rule that those persons who have participated in anything which was prejudicial to the security of the Jammu and Kashmir, or the activities like stone pelting in the past, and they will not be given passport and they will be denied the government job. So this is going against what is the present requirement in Jammu and Kashmir. अभी जम्मू एंड कश्मीर में रिक्वायरमेंट है कि दैट वी शुड इंटीग्रेट द पीपल, वी शुड शो देम द path towards development. So this article says that such move by the police can be detrimental to what is the stated objective of the government. Okay, the next is about time and patience. Normally sports के editorials आते हैं, तो यहाँ पे it is talking about the India's series in England. Fine. So after the extended waiting period, there is a revival of test match. अच्छा, अब इस आर्टिकल पे आते हैं. इस आर्टिकल पे आने से पहले कुछ important definitions है जो मैं आपको अभी बता देना चाहता हूँ. That some of the important definitions before understanding these articles are that first you should know about what is periodic labor force survey. Okay, so the periodic labor force survey, it is conducted by NSO. Okay, see here, and ये questions directly कभी-कभी exams में आते हैं. That which of the following organization conducts the periodic labor force survey? So NSO, it conducts periodic labor force survey. यहाँ पे एक और सर्वे की बात हुई है, that is consumption expenditure survey, जो लास्ट टाइम 2011-12 में कंडक्ट हुआ था, उसके बाद 2017-18 में कंडक्ट हुआ था. 2011-12 का डेटा पब्लिक हुआ था, 2017-18 का डेटा पब्लिक नहीं हुआ था. But this consumption expenditure survey is released by National Sample Survey Office. Okay, and both of this body, NSSO and NSO, they come under the Union Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. Now, who is the incumbent Union Minister of Statistics and Program Implementation? Comment box में मुझे इसका आंसर दीजिए. Now, this whole article, okay, it is trying to calculate the poverty in India in the absence of data, क्योंकि कंजम्पशन एक्सपेंडिचर सर्वे आया नहीं, हमारे पास सिर्फ पीरियोडिक लेबर फोर्स सर्वे है. पीरियोडिक लेबर फोर्स सर्वे इट टॉक्स अबाउट नंबर ऑफ पीपल हु आर एम्प्लॉयड एंड द नंबर ऑफ पीपल हु आर अनएम्प्लॉयड. हमने लास्ट टाइम भी देखा था, कल के लेक्चर में हमने देखा था कि according to periodic labor force survey usual status, I am talking about usual status, not weekly status. Usual status के हिसाब से the unemployment has decreased and the employment has increased. उसके reasons क्या थे वो हमने कल discuss किए थे. Now, but this article is talking about that these two persons who have written this editorial, they have used the periodic labor force survey data for calculating the consumption expenditure. Consumption expenditure का मतलब कि how much the household is investing or spending on consumption for durable and non-durable goods. Durable का मतलब होता है कि जो हम साल में एक बार खरीदते हैं, non-durable का मतलब होता है जो हम वीकली पीरियड पे खरीदते रहते हैं, इसको हम मिक्स्ड रिकॉल पीरियड भी कहते हैं। फाइन, चलो, तो इन्होंने क्या किया कि दे हैव टेकन वेरियस so they have taken various data from PLFS and then they have tried to calculate the data। अच्छा, अब इन्होंने यहाँ पे कुछ ऐसी चीजों को डिस्कस किया है जो एग्जाम के लिए आपको इंपॉर्टेंट है। द थिंग इज व्हाट इज द इंसिडेंस ऑफ पॉवर्टी। इसका डेफिनेशन देखो यहाँ पे दिया हुआ है, इंसिडेंस ऑफ पॉवर्टी। सो सी, incidence of poverty, it is the share in the total population of those below the poverty line। अब यहाँ पे आगे जो आर्टिकल डिस्कस करता है कि पॉवर्टी लाइन के लिए हमारे पास दो कमेटी का रिकमेंडेशन है, वन इज लकड़ावाला कमेटी, वन इज सुरेश तेंदुलकर कमेटी। ओके, सो वी हैव टू different committee for estimating the poverty। Over here the article discusses that Tendulkar committee, okay, which was set up by the erstwhile planning commission। so Tendulkar committee की जो methodology है, it is very much similar to the methodology used by the World Bank। World Bank ने एक poverty line suggest किया हुआ है, okay, that is $1.09, currently it is $1.90 per person per day। जब रिलीज हुआ था देन इट वाज $1.09। ये क्वेश्चन बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये कभी भी एग्जाम में आ सकता है। दैट व्हाट इज द पॉवर्टी लाइन सेट बाय द वर्ल्ड बैंक। सो इट इज $1.90 per day per person। so this is used by the Tendulkar committee। now as you can see in the chart, so what they have done, poverty head count ratio means how many people are poor। so see, now they are using the NSS consumption expenditure survey data 2004-5, 2011-12, and then they use PLFS data which is available for 2019 and 2020। so as you can see that this whole article is discussing that in poverty head count ratio, now between 2004, 2005 and 2011, 2012 the poverty has decreased everywhere, as you can see, okay, but between 2011-12 and 2019-20 it has increased everywhere। मतलब पॉवर्टी जो है वो 2019-20 में बढ़ गई है। अगर हम नंबर ऑफ पुअर की बात करें, रूरल, अर्बन और टोटल की लें, तो आप देखिए यहाँ पे भी पॉवर्टी डिक्रीज हुई है, बट यहाँ पे अगेन इफ यू विल सी इट इज इंक्रीजिंग, इट इज इंक्रीजिंग। अगर हम तेंदुलकर पॉवर्टी लाइन की बात करें जो वर्ल्ड बैंक के स्केल पे बेस्ड है, तो सी नाउ व्हाट इज हैपनिंग नाउ दैट दिस is increasing, okay, this is increasing means according to PLFS data in 2019-20 if anybody is like earning okay per month 1217.96 or below that, they are poor in rural area, and somebody who is earning 1467 or below that, they are poor in urban area। okay, so ये पूरा जो चार्ट है ये पूरे आर्टिकल को अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन कर देता है। now the second important part of this article is कि ये ऐसा हो क्यों रहा है, that why poverty has increased। okay, now see, the first is that in 2015 तक India was going very good, but after that demonetization followed by goods and services tax, it led to liquidity crunch in MSME। okay, fine, after that private investment that fell from 31% okay to 28%, then exports also fell in an absolute terms, in dollar terms। आगे अगर चलें तो कंजम्पशन जो है वो स्टैग्नेट कर गया और हाउसहोल्ड सेविंग्स that started decreasing। it led to unemployment okay to rise from 6% to 8%। the next one is the real wage increase। okay, the real wage जिसको बढ़ना चाहिए था but it decreased, so the real wage over here, the real wage Fine. So the real wage, especially of casual or regular workers, they started decreasing. So what happened? That then came the COVID-19 and hence the poverty increased in this period. Fine. The next important article is about Indo-Pacific region. Indo-Pacific region. यहाँ पे from CLAT point of view, the important things are that there are three top officials of the United States which have been mentioned over here. The first is the Deputy Secretary of State Wendy R. Sherman, Secretary of Defense Lloyd J. Austin, and Secretary of State Anthony J. Blinken. They visited three different areas in the world, three different regions in the world. So we will see Mr. Sherman, he visited Japan, South Korea and Mongolia, means he visited East Asia and Oman. So there is already a tension going between Japan and South Asia. So they tried to control that tension, and along with that, Mongolia, which is too much dependent upon China, always looks for some alternative to counterbalance the China in the region. So they had the meeting with Mongolia also. Over here, the capital of Mongolia has been mentioned, that is Ulaanbaatar. ये एग्जाम में वन लाइनर्स में आ सकते हैं, Ulaanbaatar. Okay, ये भूलना मत. That is the capital of Mongolia. Now coming to South Asian dynamics, which is very important. So South Asian dynamics में who visited South Asia, Southeast Asia, Mr. Lloyd Austin, who is the Defense Secretary. Now his visit is very important because over here only the China factor was mentioned on a very large scale, and specifically he visited Singapore, Vietnam and Philippines. These three countries, they are always in confrontation with China regarding the maritime dispute in the South China Sea. Okay, now over here, what is happening now? The China is delineating, the USA is delineating its policy over China, that they don't want confrontation, but they are open to competition from China. Fine. And over here, Singapore has benefited. How? Because Singapore benefits from the arrangement of an Air Force fighter training detachment hosted in Guam, as well as new training facilities will come inside the US where Sri Lanka can go and have the training. Singapore. Then how the Vietnam has benefited? That Vietnam has developed a close defense cooperation with the United States. Now we will talk about South Asia and Kuwait, where India is also located. Now see South Asia and Kuwait. So here Anthony Blinken, he visited, the Secretary of State, he visited Delhi and Kuwait. So यहाँ पे बहुत ज़्यादा बात किसकी हुई? यहाँ पे बहुत ज़्यादा बात अफगानिस्तान की हुई और चाइना की हुई. अफगानिस्तान के ऊपर इंडिया और यूएसए में थोड़ा सा डाइवर्जेंस है. ओके, बट इंडो पैसिफिक पे देयर इज फुल कन्वर्जन. यहाँ पे दे बोथ शेयर सेम व्यू इन इंडो पैसिफिक. ओके, so over here they recognize China, having the relationship with China particularly have the three characteristics. One is adversarial, the next is competitive, the third is cooperative. Fine, and it is likely to stay in that way. So here the USA is willing to resist and counter China firmly in this region. But this author is asking that the Asian countries now should be ready to rally behind the US to counter China in the Indo-Pacific region. Now this article, for CLAT students, they should ignore this article. Now they should talk about Bihar. Now what has happened over here is that Bihar has come up with the horizontal reservation. Now what is the meaning of horizontal reservation and vertical reservation? So the horizontal reservation means कि एक ही ग्रुप में रिजर्वेशन देना. I am explaining you. Fine. So horizontal reservation का मतलब, vertical reservation means that there will be reservations to economically weaker sections, OBC, SC, ST. हॉरिजॉन्टल रिजर्वेशन का मतलब SC और ST के अंदर वुमेन को रिजर्वेशन देना, EWS कैटेगरी के अंदर वुमेन को रिजर्वेशन देना, ओपन कैटेगरी में कुछ सीट्स वुमेन के लिए रिजर्व करना, OBC में कुछ सीट्स वुमेन के लिए रिजर्व करना, so that the overall reservation percentage does not increase, but there is some seats reserved for women. So that is called as horizontal reservation. So recently the 33% horizontal reservation has been introduced in state engineering and medical colleges. At present, Bihar they have 60% total reservation in state higher education in vertical reservation. Out of that, 33% seats will go to women now. Now over here the author is discussing ki why the Bihar is going for such reservation, because the female participation in labor force has decreased according to the World Bank data. So how much it has decreased? So it has decreased to 21% from 31.79% in 2005. And along with that, according to the Bihar Economic Survey, only 6.4% women in rural urban area and 3.9% women in rural area are employed. So the state must need to increase this. What are the other benefits which have been given to the women in Bihar? So see, in 2006, Bihar became the first state to reserve 50% seats for women in Panchayati Raj institutions. Okay, अगर हम 73rd amendment की बात करें, which gave the constitutional status to democratic decentralization, over there only 33% seat is to be reserved or 1/3 seats is to be reserved. But Bihar became the first state to give that 50% reservation. आगे की अगर हम बात करें, in 2013, the Bihar government, they made a provision for 50% reservation for women in cooperative societies and 35% seats in police recruitment. Okay, so this is this is the second thing. In 2006, a scheme was introduced called as Mukhyamantri Balika Cycle Yojana for class 9 and class 10 student girls. Now this was very important to increase the enrollment of girls in the school. Along with that, the Bihar government also provides 50,000 in installments to girl students to support their studies till graduation under the Mukhyamantri Kanya Utthan Yojana. Fine. Now, the article goes on explaining that there is a need to ramp up the recruitment process in this department so that more and more women come and join the workforce. Fine. So now over here, this is the article which is just like is a comparison of two historical situations between Vietnam War of USA and the Afghan War of USA. Now some people think that after fighting the war for 20 years, the withdrawal of the USA from the Afghanistan is a sign of defeat. But the author has another point of view over here. The author is saying, no, it is not like that. Same thing occurred during Vietnam War. That in Vietnam War, the fatality was increasing, the cost of war was increasing from the US, and the US wanted to exit during the presidency of Nixon. And his advisor at that time, foreign advisor, was Kissinger. Okay, he's a very famous person as a diplomat. He has written a book also, The Diplomat. So what happened over here, that there occurred a tension between China and Russia, and the USA was concerned that Vietnam may fall into the influence of Russia and one more country will become the communist country, which USA did not want. Now what happened, that China at the same time was rising and there was a border dispute between Russia and China, and that became quite open. So USA took the opportunity where they discussed it with China, they supported the China, and then they ensured that in the presence of China, Vietnam will never come under the influence of Russia, because Vietnam is more near to China, so China will not allow Russia to have influence in the country which is very near to it. So when they found that Russia cannot increase its influence in Vietnam, they came out of Vietnam War. The same thing has happened in Afghanistan when they were sure that they have done enough in Afghanistan, that Afghanistan or Taliban in the future cannot support any terrorist group which can be adversary of America, and hence they made an exit from Afghanistan. Now this graph has come, ये बहुत ही important है, इसमें बहुत अच्छे फिगर्स डिस्कस किए हैं. यहाँ पे बात हो रहा है अनक्लेम्ड वेल्थ का. ओके, अनक्लेम्ड अकाउंट्स जो SBI में और LIC में सबसे ज़्यादा हैं. 10 साल तक अगर हम किसी अकाउंट को ऑपरेट नहीं करते हैं तो उसको हम अनक्लेम्ड कह सकते हैं. ओके, अनक्लेम्ड. ये इस वक्त सबसे ज़्यादा कहाँ पे है? स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया के पास 15% ऑफ टोटल अनक्लेम्ड डिपॉजिट है. और अगर हम LIC की बात करें तो यहाँ पे 19,100 करोड़ का फंड है विच इज अनक्लेम्ड. 10 साल से वो मैच्योर होके पड़ा है बट नोबडी हैज टच्ड इट. ये इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है. अनक्लेम्ड डिपॉजिट्स हैव टू बी ट्रांसफर्ड टू RBI's डिपॉजिटर एजुकेशन एंड अवेयरनेस फंड एवरी मंथ आफ्टर 10 years. और उसके बाद अगर 10 साल के बाद इफ समबडी मेक्स अ क्लेम ऑन दैट डिपॉजिट, द बैंक सेटल इट फ्रॉम देयर ओन फंड्स एंड क्लेम इट बैक फ्रॉम द DEA फंड लेटर. ओके, फॉर एग्जाम्पल 10 साल तक मैंने अपने खाते को यूज नहीं किया, उसका पैसा DEA को चला जाएगा. उसके बाद मैंने क्लेम किया पैसा, देन बैंक को सेटल करना पड़ेगा और बैंक वो पैसा DEA से वापस ले सकती है. ओके, सो ओवर हियर द राज्यसभा क्लियर्स इंसॉल्वेंसी बिल. ये इंपॉर्टेंट है. ठीक है. So what is this insolvency bill? Why the amendment is needed for the insolvency bill? So क्या हो रहा है कि there is a, इसमें है भी, there is a parliamentary standing committee report which is saying that the insolvency law of India is not fulfilling its purpose. अगर हम haircut की बात करें तो वो 95% है, और अगर हम पेंडेंसी की बात करें NCLT नेशनल कंपनी लॉ ट्राइब्यूनल में केसेस कितने पेंडिंग हैं तो विच इज 74%. 180 डेज जो नॉर्मल टाइम अलॉट हुआ है फॉर इंसॉल्वेंसी रेजोल्यूशन, मोस्ट ऑफ द केसेस आर गोइंग बियॉन्ड दैट. इस न्यूज़पेपर में आया हुआ है. टू रेक्टिफाई दैट द गवर्नमेंट हैज इंट्रोड्यूस्ड प्री पैक इंसॉल्वेंसी रिजोल्यूशन. ओके, नाउ दिस प्री पैक इंसॉल्वेंसी रिजोल्यूशन का मतलब होता है कि NCLT के पास केस जाने से पहले द क्रेडिटर्स एंड डेब्टर्स दे कैन एग्री ऑन अ रिजोल्यूशन प्लान एंड देन दे कैन सबमिट द रिजोल्यूशन प्लान टू NCLT which has to approve it within 180 days. Okay, तो उसी बिल को यहाँ पे पास किया गया है. Then there is a two bill which was passed by Lok Sabha. One was the Essential Defense Services Bill 2021 and the next is Tribunal Reforms Bill 2021. मैं इस बिल के बारे में बात कर लेता हूँ. Essential Defense Services Bill वो बिल है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल there are many companies which are involved in defense production, जैसे ऑर्डिनेंस फैक्ट्री बोर्ड. अब यहाँ के अगर वर्कर्स लोग ने स्ट्राइक कर दिया तो what will happen? The defense production will take a hit, which is not good for the security of the country. So this bill enables the government to prohibit the strikes, lockouts and layoffs in units which are engaged in the defense production. अच्छा, किस ग्राउंड पे the government can prohibit the lockouts and strikes? So it is related to sovereignty and integrity of the country, security of the country, public and public order, decency and morality. Okay, now the next is the Tribunal Reforms Bill 2021. ये एक सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जजमेंट को इम्प्लीमेंट करने के लिए लाया गया है. So there are so many tribunals. For example, under the Cinematograph Act, there is a tribunal. Under the Income Tax Act, there is a tribunal. So this Tribunal Reform Bill, some of the tribunal's power will be given to the High Court. Okay, so this is the Tribunal Reform Bill. चलो ठीक है. This news, we have discussed this news. This type of not important. Now this news is important. The governor's pardon power overrides 433A of IPC, the Supreme Court. So the governor has the power to pardon, reprieve any penalties, any punishment to any person under Article 161. President has the same power for Article 72, but there is a distinction. Governor का जो power है under Article 161, it is only for the state laws, and President's power is for laws made by the central government. पर यहाँ पे एक IPC के 433A एक्ट है, वो कहता है कि if you are pardoning anyone who is serving life imprisonment or death penalty, they should at least serve 14 years of imprisonment before being pardoned by the governor or the president, where Supreme Court has made clear that the constitutional power under Article 72 and 161 overrides the 433A of the Section 433A of the IPC कि अब 14 साल कंप्लीट करने की जरूरत नहीं है, उसके पहले भी द गवर्नर और द प्रेसिडेंट कैन ग्रांट पार्डन। अच्छा, यहाँ पे अब फिर से हम PLFS की बात कर रहे हैं। यहाँ पे PLFS का जो डेटा आया हुआ है, इट इज शोइंग दैट 90% ऑफ द वर्कर्स इन इंडिया आर इन इनफॉर्मल सेक्टर। इनफॉर्मल सेक्टर का मतलब गिग इकोनॉमी। गिग इकोनॉमी का मतलब जहाँ पे सोशल सिक्योरिटी नहीं होती है। 90% ऑफ द वर्कर्स आर इन इनफॉर्मल सेक्टर। उनका नंबर कितना है? 419 मिलियन आउट ऑफ टोटल 465 million workers. Now, if we see the PLFS data, so we will see that the unemployment rate in urban area is at 20.8%, which increased by 9.1%. अब इनके लिए हम क्या कर सकते हैं? These are the migrant laborers who went to village. So the first step which we can do is strengthening the Manrega. Second, having the Manrega like schemes for the urban poor. Third, we can have something like the state government has proposed the building and other construction workers welfare boards, which has disbursed rupees 5,608 crore to the bank accounts of 1.83 crore workers during the pandemic. Okay, fine. Now this is the new steep decline in the cross-border filing. There was the ceasefire violation which was reported in 2020, and the Ministry of Home Affairs has reported that there is a steep decline in cross-border filing. Okay, cross-border filing is between India and Pakistan, the filing which takes place, and this is because of so this is because of the steps taken by both the government that they had announced the unilateral ceasefire. So that's why there was very less cross-border firing. इंटरनेशनल न्यूज़ की तरफ चलते हैं। आज कुछ खास नहीं है, आज अगर सिर्फ कुछ खास है तो बस यही है that who is the new president of Iran. So he is Ibrahim Raisi. He is the new president of Iran. And who is the outgoing? So this is Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. इतना ही important है, not more than that. एक ये न्यूज़ important है, यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है कि eviction of Palestinians from Sheikh Jarrah in East Jerusalem. इसी के वजह से अप्रैल मई में जो फाइट हुआ था between Hamas and Israel was because of this, that Palestinians are forced to evict the Sheikh Jarrah area of East Jerusalem. By whom? By the new Israeli settlers. So over here the Supreme Court has offered the compromise to avoid that Palestinian eviction. Okay, तो यहाँ पे Supreme Court कह रहा है that let them give the protected status. Okay, let them give the protected status. Fine, but यहाँ पे एक प्रॉब्लम है। यहाँ पे क्या है? Israeli laws allows Jews to reclaim such property, a right denied to Palestinians who lost lands and homes in the same conflict. The Palestinians say that they have owned the properties for decades. Okay, ये Palestinians का कहना है, but जो settlers हैं, new settlers, वो क्या कह रहे हैं? That they say that the homes are built on the land that was owned by Jews prior to 1948 war. Okay, the Israeli state was created in 1948. उसके पहले से कुछ Jews वहाँ पे शेख जर्रा में रहते थे, but Palestinians are saying that no, we are living here for decade. Okay, now the Supreme Court has said that let them give the protected status, means that they would be protected from eviction for years in exchange for recognizing the settlers' ownership over the land. इसका मतलब कि आपको recognize करना पड़ेगा. Palestinians, they should recognize that these settlers, Jew settlers have the right over the land. बट पैलेस्टीनियंस का कहना है कि हम यहाँ पे रह रहे हैं. ओके, सो दिस कैन नॉट बी. यहाँ पे ये सब रोज के न्यूज होते हैं कि निफ्टी कभी ऊपर गया कभी नीचे गया. द ओनली थिंग इज इम्पोर्टेंट इज निफ्टी एंड सेंसेक्स. ओके, सो NSE as you can say benchmark of 50 index, and as you can say the BSC it is of 100 index. स्पोर्ट्स की बात कर लेते हैं फटाफट. तो जैसे मैंने बताया that the Indian hockey team is now out of finals. Okay, so they were lost. Now for bronze medal they have to fight Germany, and then we have to look for Lovlina Borgohain. She is assured of at least one medal in 69 kg, but she is going to fight her competition is with Busanes Simonelli of Turkey in women's 69 kg. Fine. Then 400 meter record, okay, it is slashed by Karsten Warhol. Fine. And then in this the hammer throw, it is won by Anita Wolrajczyk. She is from Poland. Now, if we talk about the gold medal winner over here, Elaine Thompson-Howell reprised her Rio feat by adding the 200 meter to the 100 meter title. She has already won the 100 meter title in Rio, and now she has won the 200 meter title. Acha, if you will ask me, so in Tokyo, if you have to focus more on Indian achievements, and if some new records has been created, only that one. Okay, so sports they come on the daily basis, but not so much important, so you have to ignore this. If they are winning any cup, then it becomes important. So that's all for today. So let's meet tomorrow. Thank you very much.